When you step past 60, mornings take on a different meaning. They're no longer just the beginning of a day filled with obligations or routines. They become a kind of reflection of who you are, what you've lived through, and how you choose to carry yourself forward. You notice the quiet more, you notice your body more, you start to feel the weight of every year. Not always in a bad way, but certainly in a real way. And in that space, just after waking, before the world rushes in, you have a choice. It's not dramatic, it's not loud, but it's powerful. Because in those first 5 minutes of your morning, you can decide whether you will move closer to vitality or further into decline. Not with medicine, not with magic, but with 5 small sacred acts. The kind you can do with your feet still touching the floor beside your bed. The kind of acts that say, I am still here, I still matter, and I'm not done yet. The first thing I do when I open my eyes isn't look at the clock or check the phone. It's to listen. I listen to my breath, to the beat in my chest, to the silence around me. And then, before I even stand up, I reach for the glass of warm water I placed on my nightstand the night before. In that water, I've squeezed a quarter of a fresh lemon. Nothing fancy, no honey, no ginger, just lemon and warmth. Because during the night, my body lost moisture quietly. Through each breath and every pour, I gave away more water than I realized. That dehydration thickens my blood, strains my heart, and leaves my mind foggy if I'm not careful. And while it would be easy to walk to the kitchen and brew coffee, something I love dearly, I've learned that coffee on an empty, dehydrated system is like stepping on the gas in a frozen engine. So I sip the water, slowly, gratefully. It feels like the first act of care I give myself each day. The warmth gently awakens me. The lemon's brightness stirs my digestion. And with every swallow, I feel a little more alive. I sit up next. I don't stand. Not yet. I've learned, especially in these later years, that the body doesn't like sudden demands. When I was younger, I could spring up from bed without thinking. But now, if I try to do that, I sometimes feel dizzy, unsteady. That's not weakness. That's just physics and time. So instead, I ground myself. I place my feet flat on the floor. I stretch my arms above my head as I breathe in deeply. I hold that breath for a moment. Then I exhale slowly as I lower my arms back down. I roll my shoulders back 5 times, then forward. I gently tilt my head side to side. Then I lift my heels off the ground, one slow repetition at a time, 10 times in total. It doesn't take more than a minute. But in that minute, I wake up my blood flow. I tell my muscles we're beginning. I let my brain know the world is safe to rejoin. It's not a workout, it's an awakening, and it makes all the difference. I feel steadier, sharper, more prepared to stand, not just physically, but emotionally too. Once I'm upright, I go to the kitchen. I don't eat a big breakfast, I rarely have, but I do eat something. Something small, something meaningful. A boiled egg, a spoonful of Greek yogurt with a little protein powder stirred in, sometimes just a light protein shake. Why? Because after a night of fasting, my body is searching for fuel. And if I don't give it that fuel, it starts to take it from the inside, specifically from my muscles. It's a process called catabolism. It's the quiet thief of aging. It steals your strength slowly, subtly. And it's one of the main reasons older adults experience falls, fatigue, and loss of independence. I don't eat because I'm hungry. I eat because I want to remain strong. I want to keep walking without fear. I want to keep picking up groceries, bending down to tie my shoes, lifting my grandchild with confidence. That little protein within 30 minutes of waking protects all of that. It's not about calories, it's about keeping what I've earned, the muscle, the stability, the confidence in my own body. After breakfast, while the world still hasn't fully woken up, I take a moment to care for my joints. It might sound strange, but joints, like people, don't like being ignored. After a night of stillness, the fluid in them thickens. It gets sluggish, and if I try to move too much too soon, I can feel it. Those little creaks and aches, that grinding sensation that whispers of arthritis or old injuries. But I've found that 90 seconds of intention can change the whole course of my day. I stand next to a chair for support. I rotate each ankle 10 times in each direction. I do the same with my knees. Then I twist my torso gently from left to right as if I'm wringing out the tension of sleep. I lean from side to side, stretching the spaces between my ribs. I breathe deep. I roll my shoulders again, and each time I do this, I feel more fluid, more free. because mobility is freedom. It's the difference between walking confidently and shuffling cautiously, between living fully and watching life from the sidelines. And finally, I sit again, not because I'm tired, but because I want to honor one more part of myself, my mind. Before the noise of the world enters, before the phone rings or the news starts or emails begin to buzz, I give myself 1 minute, just 60 seconds to sit in stillness, close my eyes, and remember yesterday. I think backwards. What did I have for dinner? Who did I speak with? What did the sky look like? What made me smile? What made me pause? This isn't about memory drills. It's not about performance. It's about presence. Scientists call this practice building cognitive reserve. It's your brain's ability to adapt, to stay resilient even as the years stack up. And it's something you can train, not with apps or puzzles, but with simple reflection, with curiosity, with love. This minute is where I reconnect not with what I forgot, but with what I lived. And in doing that, I remind myself, I am still growing, still learning, still capable of clarity. That's it. 5 minutes, 5 steps. Warm water with lemon, gentle movement, a touch of protein, joint mobility, quiet reflection. None of it requires equipment. None of it requires money. It just requires a decision to begin the day not by accident, but with intention. And I know this might sound too simple to matter, but I can tell you with all the years I've lived, it matters more than you think. Because aging isn't just about the body, it's about how you meet each day, whether you shrink from it or walk into it with steady breath, steady feet, and a steady heart. These 5 minutes have become my anchor, my ritual, my sacred space in a world that's always rushing. You might be wondering, what if I forget? What if I skip a day? What if I can't do all 5? That's okay. Begin with 1, just 1. Let that one act become a habit. Let it remind you of your strength. Let it carry you into the next and the next. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to begin. Because you are not here to simply survive your later years. You are here to live them with grace, with strength, and with wisdom. You've earned that right. Now honor it. Beginning tomorrow morning, when your eyes first open and the day is still new, choose yourself 5 minutes. That's all it takes to begin again.